Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Happy Martian Hammer Dragon cast with myself, Drake Spirit, and I'm joined this week by Ochammer.
Hello, everybody.
And we are casting a series of 4 games that took place up at Fantasy Flight on April 19th. This is the first of 4, despite whatever you may hear later on. Uh, so without further ado, let's jump right in. All right. This is against Noah, who is playing Saltcarp, she that interests the Mirage, against me, who is playing Octigamer, the spawn of Tallerfall.
There we go. And this is the, you said later, but earlier, that this is the first deck you opened?
This is the very first deck that I ever opened when I started playing Keyforge. Looks like Noah's going to mulligan right off the bat. So we'll see what happens.
All right, looks like you're staying with yours.
Yeah, I was not able to get a good look at what was going on there, so I have no clue if I did a smart thing or a dumb thing.
Well, and when I was glimpsing at the cards, I thought I might have seen a Chota in there right from the get-go.
Okay. Then I probably did a dumb thing unless I've got like a Dew Fairy or something, or a Dust Pixie or something else in there. So
Well,
let's
see what his second go-around looks like here.
Oof, that looks good. I love seeing a Succubus in my opening hand.
Yeah, no kidding. And with this, I mean, especially with him going first, hey, Mother's great to see first off, too.
Interesting choice.
And killing off that Mother right away with 3 Fates.
All right.
And a Terror right off the bat. That's great to see in your opening hand.
A Flame Wreath Terror. My 4 amber to his none.
Terror is just about the best card you can see in your opening hand, especially if you're going first.
Absolutely.
Double checking some Ember math there.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. And that may be why he had opted not to play the Succubus right out the get-go, is to be able to play that Dominator Bauble and Pit Demon right next to it.
Yeah.
In the second turn.
Nature's Call, bringing back that Dust Pixie. Let's see what else we send back. All of his stuff. I like it.
Yep, that's a good call. Here we are, turn 2, and it looks like you're already sitting at 9.
That is correct.
That is not a bad way to start out.
Every now and then this deck, it will hit, but it's inconsistent.
Yeah, no, let's see. Oh, so now you're sitting across from yourself currently and saying, okay, this guy's got 9 Ember, turn 2, what do I do?
Try to get as much out as possible. Looks like he mother gunned my Dust Pixie. Interesting choice. I think I probably would have just cycled out those discards again. Even if I wasn't able to stop a key, I would want to get that Succubus back on the board.
And it looks like he drew into another Pit Demon. And unfortunately now he's sitting at, okay, I've got a Succubus in hand, but he just throws 2 Mothers down, so
yeah,
almost negates it completely, +1.
Yeah, this is a very interesting deck. It's a lot of fun. It's a little wacky. But like I said, it's terribly inconsistent. Some days it will work amazingly, and other days it will decide that it wants to take a nap in the corner.
And and that's one thing that in this game, when you're playing a deck or you're looking for a deck, every now and then you can get a deck that's got some crazy combos, but they don't always hit. In the end, you want to try to find something that is consistent, does consistently well, does certain things consistently.
Absolutely. I would take a mediocre deck any day of the week, or a mediocre consistent deck any day of the week over a consistently or an inconsistently good deck.
Well said.
No, that was terribly said.
I think we all get the gist, and most of us will agree. There are those players out there who look for those crazy combos that even if they can get it to go off one in every 20 games, they will play that deck for those 20 games to make for that one opportunity.
Absolutely. I've played against one or two of those people, and it's always fun to see those decks go off, but more often than not, you're right, they fall flat. Taking out that Succubus with Quixo. And just generating a whole bunch more Ember. Looks like we're going to trade Dexter and Quixo for the 2 Pit Demons.
And I do believe that was a little bit of a misplay there. The Dexter should have gone back on top of your deck.
I believe you are correct.
That's all right. I think everybody misses a Dexter on top of the deck once or twice.
Or a bad penny back to the hand.
That too.
Okay, I'm gonna go logos.
He's got a whole bunch of logos in his hand.
Throwing down an Archivist. It's going to do a little positron bolt action. It's going to tickle my mom's. Interesting to see what he's going to lab work, whether it's going to be that Restring Guntus or the Lash.
Oh, he could also do the remote access and wait for you to actually have something to use it on.
And that's what he does. I forge a second key.
So now we're sitting at 2 keys to none. It looks like he's got 3 amber going with his super legal dice. And the dice rule I completely understand, but we do have a group that uses these casino dice.
Yeah.
And I like the casino dice because they're not gonna tumble around if you bump a table. And it kind of gives it a nice presence.
It's entertaining to see for sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That is indeed enough to clear the board.
Now, wouldn't you have to do that 1 extra damage to one of your own creatures?
No, I believe cooperative hunting says among enemy creatures.
Oh. If that's the case, I may have been playing that wrong for a while. Bouncing all of your creatures back to your hand.
That's a very interesting choice, to bounce all of my creatures. Especially because of the Dust Pixie.
Well, he did just play Restringundus, which I didn't hear what he called. But if it were me, I would say, okay, yeah, no Untamed for you.
Yeah. Cooperative hunting just says among any number of creatures, so I probably just assigned the Archivist 4 damage.
Fair enough, because you can't overkill something. I don't think I ever really thought that through.
Alright, looks like he did call Untamed. So we'll see what happens next. What happens next will shock you.
Stay tuned after this break. Nope, just kidding. Yeah, no. So I mean, right now you're sitting with a handful of pretty much every house from the amount of creatures that got bounced.
Yeah. So my plan right now is to try to get rid of that Restringuntus as fast as possible, so I can open up my play space a little bit more. But I'm not too concerned about it, simply because of how far ahead I am in the game. So I am willing to just play around a little bit and see what I can do.
Yes. Dis. Toxin into Restringuntus.
There. That was a very enthusiastic killing of the Restringuntus.
And I think he was trying to figure out a way to clear that board and just couldn't come up with it.
Yep.
Now he's sitting with Effervescent Principle. And with the Lash of Broken Dreams out there, he can pump you up to where you've got quite a bit and then just knock down your spirits.
Yeah. Yeah, it is possible. It has happened before. You know, I don't say I've won a game until we've shaken hands and I go report the results.
That's true. I've been in this situation before, almost exactly, and I have been locked out to where I could not play anymore, and they ended up winning. It's always disheartening when that happens, but if somebody can get it to go, you still gotta like the fact that the game happened, and it's more of a wow, I can't believe that just happened, way to go type situation than being mad that you lost.
Absolutely. There have been a number of games that I've played where I sometimes forget who won or lost, but I remember that at the very end we were both on 2 keys, both at 6 Ember, and it was just answer for answer, back and forth for 3 or 4 turns, just until, you know, it got down to the point where somebody just overwhelmed the other.
And those are the best types of games to play. I would rather lose a close game than win by a blowout.
Yeah. All right. Looks like I just rifled through his discard pile, so no clue what I was going for there.
You could have Control the Weak, possibly. I don't think that's in this deck, but
you know what? I've been known to go rifling through someone's deck just to try and figure out what house they could potentially have in their hand, what may be coming up next. Yeah, looking for cards that have already been played.
Yep, no, and I'll tell you what, it puts me off a little bit when somebody asks for my discard, so it's one of those psychological moves from time to time.
Yep, Reaping with the Witch to bring back the Dust Pixie. There goes the Dust Pixie.
Yep, and then we've got just Reaping for 3. Or possibly taking out the... Yep, there we go. Taking out that Grabber Jammer.
Yep, there it goes.
No, you're right. That was super dumb.
My opponent admitting that potentially killing the Dew Fairy was not the... or the Dust Pixie was not the brilliant move that he first thought it was.
Especially with the Witch of the Eye on the board. So it looks like you're sitting at check 8, possibly?
Check 10, I believe. Effervescent Principle.
There's a couple.
Yep, so... Yep, check 10.
Keeps you off for at least a turn.
I'm not seeing a whole lot of answers in his hand right now, so I think we're probably rapidly approaching the end of this game.
I was gonna say bringing out a bat drone with a rocket boots on it.
Hmm. I will say I do notice a missed play. He should have played random access archives,
Remote access.
remote access first, so he could use my ritual of balance to steal one from me, and then effervescent.
Yep, I just saw that right about the same time you were talking, and I was like, ooh, that would have been a slightly better play.
Hmm.
Here's Choda. Here he comes. Choda's not coming out. Remote access.
Well, Chota would have been a nice answer right now.
Choda would have been a great answer, but I think he's still in the deck somewhere. He's not in the discard pile.
And what are you bringing back this time?
I have no clue.
You could have ran your Dust Pixie into Bat Drone, just to suicide it to bring it back. Oh, well, there's another one.
I'll grab the
never
other one.
mind.
Yeah, and then reap for another 4.
Yep.
I think that's game.
As I say, yeah, if you went over 9, he's got that lash out.
There it is.
There it is. A easy victory for you, or I guess I should say a blowout victory.
Yeah, that was a game. There were 1 or 2 missed plays by Noah, but really, I just got lucky, and that deck did exactly what it was supposed to do when it was supposed to do it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, we've all been in Noah's position where we just can't get anything moving, and the other person's deck is just popping off, and you can't stop it.
Yeah.
But I guess we will see what you do in the next one.
All right, stay tuned. The next game is right around the corner.